All right, man, take it up. How y'all doing, man? Hope everybody's good. All right, so this probably gonna be one of those shows. Listen, man. Um, shout out to the person who sent me the cash app and said this is a donation for a new crown. I almost cried. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to you, man. I almost cried. Damn, I felt good. I look like I'm shining, man, right? I don't look like I'm shining. I feel like I'm shining, right? People keep saying, like one person said that my voice or the sound is low, but I think it's just certain people's phone. I don't know what it is, because for me, when I listen to it on my two devices and in my car, it sounds loud. It sounds actually really loud. But some people saying that the episodes are low. I don't know if that's the rendering through YouTube. I have no idea. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, because not the majority of people saying. It's only maybe one person saying that. So, all right. So today's episode, I want to do something. I'm going to give my opinion about two songs, and I'm going to basically, how would I say this? I'm going to give my honest opinion about both of these songs. I'm not going to criticize nothing. I'm going to give my honest, clean opinion about both. And I'm going to tell you what I think between why it's a clear divide or a big difference between the two. And it's a good thing in a way. So before we get into that, I got to get a legendary spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing if you're new here. Let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones at. Just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content. Absolutely free, but if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App, no more PayPal. They call me the Hidden Gem. 1,300 subscribers, over 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,000. And yes, I am the king of the north. Let me know what kingdom you are from. Thank y'all again. On the road to 25,000 subscribers. I'm at 18,000, I believe 400 or 300 and 400 or something like that. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So look, man, let's get to this, man. And let's do this. We're going to have a nice conversation. Or at least I'm going to talk to y'all about this. So let's get it. Okay, so as you can see, maybe in the thumbnail, y'all know what I was going to already talk about. I don't know why I was hiding it, because y'all can actually see the thumbnail. So these two songs right here are the lead songs out right now. And I want to talk about the clear difference between the two. And I also want to talk about, I'm going to give my opinion about both, my honest opinion about both of these songs when it comes to the artist. Now, on the top, we have Drake, What Did I Miss? You know what I'm saying? And on the bottom, we have Whips and Chains, Kendrick Lamar, The Clips, Malice, and Pusha T, right? So let's just start with what did I miss? Matter of fact, you know what? Let's start with What Did I Miss? So What Did I Miss dropped, I believe, a week ago of last Friday. Dropped last Friday. And to Drake's credit, he's doing these episodic, episodes to try to keep it really interesting of what he's doing. Something a little bit of switch up for him, because Drake never really did anything as far as streaming goes, and he's jumping into the streaming world. And I think for him, maybe that may be a good thing to keep himself relevant off of his recent loss to Kendrick. And he dropped this song during this thing called What Did I Miss? Now, What Did I Miss? Basically, it's a song based around all of the things. Like when he said, What did I miss? He's basically saying, either he missed whatever happened, and he don't know, like, these people were doing him dirty. It was like, what did I miss? Like, damn, niggas did me bad. Like I wasn't really paying attention. Sort of like an unbelievable take on his friendships being lost. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. It's like he feels like, oh yeah, what did I miss? These people really did me dirty, this and that. The basis of the song basically is about him speaking on the grievances he have towards the people that betrayed him, and he's going on this whole how would I say uh truth telling about how he's not going to work with no one anymore, and all of these people that he worked with, they're not getting no more favors from him, and he don't care if you don't like him or love him. You know what I'm saying? And he looked on his side and seen the people that he really cared for, they're not there anymore. So he's saying it in a way where I don't care. I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna do me regardless without you. That's basically what he's saying in so many words. Um Now we're gonna get into chains and whips, and then we're gonna get into how I feel about both of the songs or whatever. So that was just basically the base. So chains and whips basically is Kendrick Lamar, Malice, and Pusha T. They also have issues with people in this song. The way they go about it is a little bit different. It's not the same as like a revenge thing. It's more like an acknowledgement thing. Like, okay, I see you over there, and I see you over there, and I'm pointing it out. Not in the sense of the difference between this and what did I miss. Not in the sense of I'm not gonna ever work with you again, and you're gonna regret it. You know what I'm saying? Not in that sense. More in the lines of like, yeah, I'm not playing with you, or on the lines of I got you out of here. You know what I'm saying? So basically, chains and whips can be taken a bunch of different ways. Obviously, it could be chains and whips as in like slavery, or chains and whips as in cars and chains. And also too, Uncle said, is he Uncle Sam or his uncle? But most likely it's Uncle said, you must be sick. Uncle Sam saying you must be sick. All you talk about is getting rich. You know what I'm saying? Now it could be his actual uncle, or it could be Uncle Sam. I'm leaning more towards Uncle Sam because chains and whips. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is cultural inappropriate. So, all right. So let's start with the production on and this is not me saying one song is better than the other. I'm gonna give my what I believe at the end and why one song is better than the other. But right now we're just talking about the song. Um, what did I miss is a newer version of old Drake. Let's just say that. The production isn't nothing really flashy, but it is something catchy. It has the horns in the back. It kind of reminds me of not actually reminds me of Family Tides, but it kind of reminds me. A lot of rappers are starting to use those horns now that Kendrick Lamar was using, and now a lot of, I don't say he was the only one using, but it was a bunch of people using. But he brought them back, and a lot of people using it. So I think that this sounds like this song to me. Although Drake is complaining in this song, it sounds like a triumph return. Like, okay, now this is the new version of me. This is the new version of the old me. I'm back to the old me, but it's a new version of the old me because I'm back on it and I don't care for these people no more. I'm gonna do what I do, and I'm gonna do it the best way I can. So as far as the production, I like the drums, I like the bass, I like um the loop of it. And then I also like the beat switch. Um, it fits Drake's aesthetic. This beat is Drake. I can't really hear too many other people rapping on this beat. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't hear any other people to rapping on this beat. I just feel like this beat was tailor made for him. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like the production goes, it was pretty tough. The production on this beat is actually nice. The beat is nice. I like the beat. Chains and whips. Chains and whips. This is, how would I say this? The production on this is godly. This isn't just your typical uh beat. This is like, I won. This is the triumph. This is Otis. This is, this is Touch the Untouchable, Hovey Baby. This is that. You know what I'm saying? This is Blinding Lights. This is Diamonds Are Forever. This is that. This is everything. This beat is much more than just the clips Kendrick on this. This beat is, to me, this beat is another feature on this song. So you have Kendrick, Pusha T, Malice in the beat. So it would be Pharrell, but let's just say the production. The production can solo. The production feels like its own song by its own rapper. That's what the production feels like. It's so well put together. It's simple, but it's effective to the point where it's overshadowing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so powerful. It makes you feel like, when he said chains and whips, it gives me that feeling of nostalgia of like slavery, like breaking out of the chains. You get what I'm saying? Like, it feels like the chains were just taken off my wrists. That's what this beat feels like to me. It's so well put together. It's probably one of Pharrell's best beats ever. It's everything about this beat is just phenomenal. So when we get into the lyrics in the song, right? Now, we already touched on that a little bit, but let's just go a little bit deeper. So Drake has a couple of bars. Matter of fact, we ain't gonna go too deep, but let's just talk about it. Drake can't really have too many bars on this. It was more of a riding the beat to what he was saying, but he ain't really say nothing. It was just really slick talk and basically putting people on notice. It wasn't nothing to me that was groundbreaking or anything. It's more like this song to me, the lyrics is more like selfish. It's like, well, I'm talking about me. This is about me. What did I miss? So obviously it has to be about him because he's saying, what did I miss? So he's talking about himself. So the song was basically about him and what he missed, and the lyrics basically surrounded that, whether he's talking about LeBron, whether he's talking about what's the other guy, the other basketball player named DeMar DeRozan, whether he's talking about him, and he took little shots at Kendrick too. But as far as the shots he were taking, to me, that wasn't really effective. You know what I'm saying? It was just him just rapping and spilling out. I'm not going to really get too much on how I feel about that, but I'm just going to say it wasn't really effective. I think it would have been more effective if he would have just basically came out and went at the person. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to pull a Hove, and to me, what's the name? So the lyrics on the song, to me, it went with the beat. The best bar to me in the whole song was, I don't give a fuck if you like me. Like, I think that that's the sentiment Drake should have at this point, because there's really nothing else he can do. I mean, if he's gonna engage back with that guy, with that guy over there, that the boogie man, then I could understand. But if he ain't gonna do that, he might as well just go along with it. I don't care if you like me or not, like, because that's what it is. So the lyrics on it was decent, but it was more on the lines of nothing groundbreaking, just regular degular. You know what I'm saying? Regular degular Drake, just regular degular. Chains and whips. the lyrics on Chains and Whips, every bar to me stands out. You know what I'm saying? Every bar. I could close your heaven for the hell of it. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? The two-time Gemini with the genocide. Like, they were rapping as if they had a purpose. It was a purpose of what they were saying. It's not just them saying anything. It don't take much to put two and two. You know what I'm saying? It's just that. You know what I mean? Like, they rapping with a purpose. It's not them just rapping. I think that Drake, and it's not me critiquing Drake or saying anything bad. I think he's just rapping just to rap, and it's just he has this on his mind. He had to get it out. It came off a little bit more emotional, even though Chains and Whips for me it was emotional because I'm touched by it because it's so good. You know what I'm saying? So I think the lyrics on Chains and Whips match the aesthetic of the song, and I also think that What Did I Miss matches that aesthetic of that song too. Right. Sound quality, they both were excellent. They both sound good. Like, it's not like, oh man, they one sound, the mixing wasn't good. Like, they both sound good. Now, which song I think is better, right? And I'm gonna give reasons why I think it's better. I'm not just gonna say it's better because I think a lot of people do that. And this is not me knowing Drake. The reason why I chose Chains and Whips, and I know some of y'all say, well, we knew that, is because this song to me pushes the envelope to the next level. What Did I Miss just sounds like something that Drake already done already. This doesn't sound like something Kendrick and the Clips have done, or Kendrick or the Clips. This doesn't sound like something they've done already. Whether you want to say they rap a certain way, whatever, but the bars are there. And shout out to my man Elijah, who said the album was mid, but he said that all they talk about is drug talk. I totally disagree with that. If you think that that's all they talk about is drug talk, then you really ain't listening to the bars. Like, there are literally songs on there where they're not even talking about drugs. So, like, you really ain't listening to the bars. And some of the but that's just how they style is. They've been rapping like that for years. They literally, that's what they rap about. And not all of their bars about drugs. But even if it is, Mike Tyson blow to the face. She want a Mike Tyson blow to the face. Come, that's a double entendre. You could take that 3 different ways, actually. 3 different ways you can take that. 3. Actually 4 if you really think about it. So it's much more than that. Anyway, that's why I'm saying Chains and Whips, right? It gives you a nostalgic feeling of old hip hop, but at the same time, they're pushing it to another level or pushing it past. This is, to me, this is what's carrying hip hop to the next level. Songs like this, songs like What Did I Miss? It's good for right now, but in a year from now, it's not going to be good. People are going to probably like it, but it's not going to be good for hip hop for right now. It's not pulling hip hop to the next level. This is actually putting Drake in a certain position, but it ain't pulling hip hop to the next level. And I think that's Drake's detriment. I think he needs to go back to being just a pure artist he was back when he first came out and just doing songs and just rapping or whatever. I don't think he should be trying to seek hits out no more. I mean, whatever. But I just don't think he should be looking to try to seek out hits. To me, that's just, it just doesn't, I don't know if it's going to work out for him like that. I just don't think it'll work out for him like that. I know he got straight hair in this, in his artwork. He looked like a real mixed boy in this joint. Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? But think that Drake's problem when it comes to, well, not even necessarily his problem is Drake's problem is he's a prisoner to his own emotions. That's Drake's biggest problem. He's a prisoner to his emotions in his music. Everything he does now is all about his emotions. He don't do anything outside of how he feels. Every song Drake has released is about him. Every one of them. And I think this is more of if this, I don't know if this is a Canadian thing, because I know The Weeknd does that. The Weeknd just does it way better than Drake. But The Weeknd does this too. People think The Weeknd songs be about love. No, the songs be about him and his either him uh disrespecting love, or him not really holding on to it or letting it go, or him exploiting and sometimes drugs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what he talks about. But this is what he talks about in most of his songs. If you listen to all Drake's songs now, it's all about him. There's really nothing like, he's always on the defense. He's never on the offense. Like, he doesn't really put out songs to me that is about, what I say, basically just putting out songs that's actually about something that's not about him. And I think that that's the problem. He has become a prisoner to himself. And that's going to be Drake's downfall. Drake's always going to sell. He's always going to be streamed. But he's never going to be considered a hip hop legend because of that. There are artists today that are known, that do their thing. But to me, you can't become a hip hop legend if all you talk about is yourself. You have to explore and talk about different subject matters. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, for some people, they might like that he talks about himself all the time. But for me, it's a little bit different. And I think that that's his problem. Now, on the opposite side of that, you got the Clips, who I believe is also a prisoner to what they rap about. But see, the difference is the way they talk about whatever they talk about, you can take it too many different ways, because it's not just about them. It's about other people around them. It's about other things that happens in their life. And they mix that with bars. So it's never just them just rapping about certain things and that's it. Because there will be drill rappers if that was the case. They would just rap about that. Or they would just, but they have bars when they do it. It is kind of like looking at like a painting. You know what I'm saying? If a certain painting is painted a certain way, it's like, to me, their art is like looking at, it's like kind of like a painting. You know what I'm saying? You can interpret it so many different ways. Abstract painting, I should say. You can interpret it so many different ways. But this is why I believe they kind of mix their music with religion and street. So most of their albums are named after religious sayings or anything that has to do with religion. Like Hell Has No Fury, like God sought them out. They got I believe that one of their album covers, they got them and Jesus in the back with, you know what I'm saying? They always center their stuff around that. Because to me, they're much deeper than people think. People just think that it's one way, but these guys are talking about levels of let's say levels of the word I'm looking for, levels of, I'm not going to say, I don't want to say drugs, but levels of paraphernalia, or levels of some type of dope that releases your spirit out of you. So they're big on spirituality. You can tell, especially the brother, you can tell, but they talk about this because I'm sure they probably seen stuff like this. They really into stuff like that, like almost psionic, not Satanist, but like spiritual messaging. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're into when it comes to their bars. I can tell that when they talk about the smokers spirit lifting out their body. They can see the spirit slide. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Yeah, they're really deep into that type of stuff. But they mask it very well with how they rap. A lot of people don't notice this, but pay attention. Look at their album covers. You know what I'm saying? Look at what they talk about. Like it's not a secret. The album is called "Let God Sort Them Out." like like what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? You know, so they into stuff like that. You know who else is into stuff like that? This guy, Kendrick. He's also into stuff like that. You know what I mean? He's big on different type of spiritual. I believe that Kendrick Lamar, in my opinion, I believe that Kendrick Lamar is a sorcerer. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying I believe Kendrick Lamar music actually hypnotizes people. It really does. It's kind of like how old school artists' music did. For example, right? If you go back and you watch, just go back and try to go pay attention. Go back, look in YouTube, type in Michael Jackson, type in the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, type in Woodstock. Look at how the people were reacting to the artists. Now, some people say, well, they were on drugs. That's why they did what they did. It could be. That could be. But there are some people who really wasn't on drugs. And they were having panic attacks. They falling out like, oh. You know what I'm saying? I believe that we have reached a point where artists like Kendrick and even Drake, they have uh their words can actually uplift people's spirit out of their body. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I feel. I feel like, and I believe that that's the case with these. Now, I think Kendrick Lamar is more. How would I say this? I think Kendrick Lamar is a little more uh, of a professional with his than everybody else. I don't think that everybody has the type of power that he has when it comes to words. I think some old school rappers do. You know what I'm saying? But I think that he has right now, he has the most power when it comes to moving a crowd. Now, again, some people like music. But the reason why I say it's to him now, because if you listen to his newer songs, this is what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he's possessing people. That's not what I'm saying. If you think I'm saying that, then you're fucking retarded. I'm not saying that. I'm saying Kendrick Lamar music is, it gets into people, not possess them. You know what I'm saying? But it makes them, it makes them feel a certain way. And I know people think, no, no, they possess, dog. Like, no, it's not the same. Not saying that. But this is the difference between the two. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I chose Chains and Whips. Because Chains and Whips, in my opinion, is one of those songs that it takes it to another level. I think that I can't see, and this is why I said it's a big difference between the two. And I'm going to say this because I think that this is very important. And I understand what Punch was saying when he said that there's two hip hops, right? Drake is new hip hop trying to hold on. The Clips and Kendrick is old hip hop trying to get back in. That's what I believe. And I also think that I can't hear Kendrick in the Clips rapping on What Did I Miss? And I can't hear Drake rapping on Chains and Whips. That's why I say that there's a big difference between the two. I can't hear Drake rapping on this beat. It just won't sound right to me. And I can't hear them rapping on it. And that's the point we have gotten now into hip hop. Now it's gotten to a point where it's going to be a clear divide between the two now. Now you're going to see rappers rapping this way and the rappers rapping that way. And we're talking about people at the top. So you got Kendrick and Drake. Now you see the difference. These two songs shows you the difference between the two. And one's going one way and the other one's going another way. Now, can they coexist? Yes. And I actually think that that's great. I think that it's great for people to have an option, whether they want to like Drake and whoever sides up with him and does stuff like this, or whether they want to have Kendrick and whoever sides up with stuff like this. Because that's a competition that I think should keep going on, because that keeps the attention on what we got going on. That's what it is. Some of y'all say, no, eliminate it. And this. I probably was one of the people that said that. But some of y'all say, eliminate it. No, it should just be one. I get y'all. I understand. But at the same time, then who are they going to compete with? You have to, to me, you have to have two different sides, because there are people who are going to like Drake regardless. And there are people who are going to like Kendrick regardless. These two guys are at the top. One beat the other one, and now they both still there. And one is in charge. The other one was in charge before. Drake was in charge before. Kendrick came, knocked him off. Now Kendrick's in charge. And Drake's here. The bad thing about Kendrick being in charge is not too many people are going to be able to keep up with him and what he does. You're going to have some people, and don't get me wrong, but this also is a good thing, because now you can have other artists that is in that same vein get some type of recognition. But let's be clear here, and I want to be honest. People that's under Kendrick, all the people that stand under him, not actual people, I'm saying like the artist that falls in that vein, most of them can't make mass appealing records. You know what I'm saying? Unless we talking like Nas and Jay and M and whatever. But you got to understand too, all of those people that's in that vein, you got Nas, Jay, M, Clips, a bunch of people is in that vein on his side. Now, Drake is different, because all the people in the vein on his side, a lot of them can actually make music that's mass appealing, but they don't have a lot of good music. It's just mass appealing music. It's like, okay, this is easy to listen to. You know what I'm saying? But is it great? Is it groundbreaking? No. But again, so you might get some borrowing from the others. Some might say, okay, I can use that. The Kendrick Lamar did that. Kendrick Lamar took Drake, he took his funny style, and he created it and made it better. Because Drake actually thought that Kendrick Lamar was gonna rap him to death, and Kendrick was like, nah, I'm actually gonna step in your world, and I'm gonna beat you in your world. And that's the ultimate slap to the face. I'm gonna out hit you. I'm gonna hit you with the hits. I'm gonna hit you with the hits. And that's what he did. So I think that there's a big difference between the two songs. Me, I fall in the vein. I fall on the side of the clip song. Some of my friends fall on the side of listening. Some of my friends actually deliberately don't like this song, Chains and Whips. You know what I'm saying? Some of them say Drake's song is better. I totally believe that they got captured, by the by the mainstream industry. The mind state captured them, made them believe that, but that's just that. But still in all, I think that it's a good thing that we have two, and both of them can be active. They're both active right now. Both are on tour right now, and they're both active. And I think that is a good thing to have two, and one can always rival the other. It's kind of like your favorite sports team. It's kind of like Xbox and PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? And you got Nintendo coming in now. Well, Nintendo been there. Nintendo taking over everything, man. Nintendo done passed Switch. The Switch One and passed the PlayStation 2. So, but Nintendo don't have no competition. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different for Nintendo, but let's just say PlayStation and Xbox. You know what I'm saying? You got Republican and Democrat, the obvious. So, you know what it is. But that's the reason why I said that. So, I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. Y'all think there's a big difference between the two songs that's out right now, and these are the two top songs that's out, and you can tell the difference between the two. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you tell the difference between the two. But yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm out of here, man. I was trying to do the thing over there, but I ain't want to do it like that. But shout out to y'all, man. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all, man, for sticking all the way to the end. Yeah, man. And I'll see y'all on the next one, man. I'm out of here. Peace. Bye.